Oh, hello everyone. It's
Hello,
Saturday.
hello. It's Saturday. Yay.
We're back.
Yes,
It's
we're
been a
back.
week.
Well, a little less than a week, but yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
week. Oh
it's
boy,
been a week.
has it been a week.
Oh, oh. Hey everyone that's in chat. Let's go through and say the hellos real quick. Ooh, I need to pull that all the way back up to the top. All right. Hey, Sean's here. Grace, Juju. Hey, Juju. Hey, Liam. Liam's gonna be happy with the news I've got in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Hey, Grace. Hey, FishNerd, you're in the chat too. Hey, April. Hey, I'm probably gonna
Sabrina,
mispronounce this name. Sabrina
glad
and
you made it,
Pro Work.
Sabrina.
Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
All right,
good to
so
see you, Jeff.
yeah, he won the walk. He got the rocks, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He
They will be in
did,
the
man.
mail. Should be in the mail Monday.
Uh, Those are very well behaved rocks.
Yes.
If they're cousins to
I
mine.
jokingly say that what one is my dead pet rock, or part of my dead pet rock.
Oh. Well, let me go ahead and turn the camera on. So
Okay.
it's it's been a busy week, and with everything going on, so I check all the tanks daily. A couple of times a day. You're looking at your tanks, and this one's been fine with the angels, right? Everything's been great with it. So I'm looking at my tanks, and all of a sudden, I I go get over to Mr. and Mrs. Whiskers' tank, and he's out of his cave and like sitting pretty in the middle of the aquarium, and I'm like, what are you doing there, buddy? I was like, I don't usually see you out this time of day. And around the cave is about 10, 12 little baby plecos.
Yep. You were
Yep.
telling me about that, and I reminded you that they've been hatched for about a week.
Yeah.
And then, well, let me start mine. And you will notice that the working fish is no longer there.
He did his work.
He did his work. And, oh, there's one peeking out of the rocks. Little Juliodocromus. The little Synodontis catfish have all found their little hiding spots in the rocks, and I probably won't see them for another month.
They'll peek out occasionally. I'm sure you'll walk by and they'll. Oh, there he is. I see that little guy up front.
Yeah, there's the one little guy kind of chilling right by the little stick. But if you look above the stick, in the little gap just above it, behind it, there's one that's kind of taking his spot in there.
Yep, it
I'm gonna
has.
I'm gonna have to go get a couple more. There he is.
He's
I
like, okay, I'm right here.
started off with 5 and 5, but suddenly I'm down to 3 and 2.
Yeah, I have found that
Yep,
happens.
yep. But I know where I got them, and I can get more. So
And the angels are like, what's going on, guys? Are y'all like, where are y'all? Oh, there's two up there. It's like, is Mr. Guy like keeping y'all in the corner? So I have to fix my Eponagean that I've got in the little glass cup. I was trying to untangle all of the stuff that got tangled into it, and I accidentally pulled it up a little. And
yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
Serena, they're Juliodocromus, little Tanganyikan little rock dweller. Exactly what kind they are, I don't remember off the top of my head, but And then there's two Synodontis petricola also hiding around in there. There will be more. They will be bigger. These guys are only babies.
I think the angels are trying to tell me they're hungry.
Well, yeah, of course they are.
They're
They're
always
always hungry.
hungry. Oh,
They're almost as bad as guppies.
almost. The one of the little ones keeps getting in the cup where the Eponogean is growing in, and keeps like getting himself kind of stuck in the cup. So I've got to fix
Oh,
that later tonight. I'm
yeah.
gonna have to pull that out and get that pushed back down into to its little home. Like, get back in your home. Oh, you know what? I've got some broccoli for the plecos too. They're gonna like that.
Yeah, and you still got to get the. We had a cat getting in the way. Uh, Still got to get the new girlfriend out. Try and
Yeah, we're
shift her.
still fighting on that one. But tomorrow we're gonna be draining this tank and getting her out. Not completely, but we're getting in there tomorrow. She's coming out, whether she likes it or not.
You may have to tear
At
the
this
tank
point,
apart.
she
Good.
thinks it's a game. So
Don't, don't be surprised if you got to tear the tank apart.
yeah, yeah, she is. Like I said, she thinks it's a game at this point. So I figure I'll take the hide out and probably the 2 cups of plants, and then I'll be able to get her in a corner and get her out.
Yep.
That's the hope. Or put a
Let me
cup in there
see.
and
Let me see. Hang on, watch your eyes, Juju. I'm going to move the camera. Let me see if I can get a better look at. Kind of cute.
they are kind of cute.
Something different that I've never kept before. Kind of always wanted to, and well, now's the time to do it.
And I may also, when I'm in there moving everything around, um, my little stick in the middle there, may rearrange that and kind of lay it down because it keeps tipping over. I set it back up, it falls over. So we'll just lay it down since that's what it wants to do anyway.
Uh-oh. Jeff's working on water changes. Are you watching Finding Nemo too?
Yeah, I
Uh,
was trying to do a water change when I was on the phone yesterday, and I was like, you know what, this is not a good idea. I am not that coordinated that I can do 2 things at once. So, yeah, I'll probably stop that.
well, that is what our not the cult is all about. People who do water changes and tank maintenance with any of the Finding Nemo's movies in the background.
Mhm.
All that's required is taking your aquarium baptism and having a shot glass full of tank water to swallow. And it's not a cult because we're not changing anybody's mind.
No, we're just, saying, hey, you like fish. So have as many fish as you want. Have all the fish.
Yes.
And you
All of the
always have
fish.
room for one more tank.
There's always room for one more tank.
Oh, Svengoolie. Yeah, my husband is actually watching Svengoolie too. He's a big Svengoolie fan.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So, you've either got to watch Finding Nemo or Svengoolie. And then, yeah, you
Well,
know what? We could,
Sharknado
we,
would work, I think.
yeah, Sharknado would work. You know
Yeah.
what? Instead of the tank water, we could also make you like one of those blue drinks with the shark candies in it. If you drink those, you are a fish hobbyist because I drink them all the time. But you love fish, so have one of those. You are in the cult.
Oh yeah. It's not a cult,
Not a
but it's a
cult.
cult. It's a cult, but it's not a cult. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and
I
also
watched Fish Called Wanda, and I don't remember too many fish in it.
I was very, when I was a kid, I was like, "Where are the fish?" I didn't understand it. Of course,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, mermaids,
Really?
mermaids would work." She
Maybe.
does dress up like a mermaid.
Shark Tale. Yeah.
You know that you are definitely a cult member. Then I mean, not a cult member.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
I have learned how to do some really good siphons, though. Um, you know, Before I owned fish, I couldn't couldn't drain liquid out of anything, and now it's like you need the water out of there. Give me a hose. I'm your girl.
Yep. Yeah. What's another mouthful of water to tank water to swallow? It just gives you
Exactly.
superpowers. It hasn't killed me yet, so it hasn't even made me sick. Yeah, okay, Little Mermaid. I'll take that one.
Jeff is not wrong about that because there are some channels that are like hardcore.
Yeah,
Like here we're about having fun with your fish.
and as I
Not
say, a cult typically isolates and brainwashes the its members, and you know what? Everyone comes to us; they're already brainwashed.
hmm They, you know what? I'm not going to tell you how to set up your tank. You find what works for you, and if you have a problem, I'll try to help you figure it out. That's what I'm going to
Okay, hey,
do. Hey, Foxy.
good to see you. Mm. Ooh, they're starting to get a little active. I was starting to get a
Yeah,
little worried because that one went in and hasn't moved from that spot. Now they're getting active. I like it.
ah, my screen just
Ooh.
went all crazy. All right, I had fish food over here somewhere a second ago for the angels because I know they don't want the broccoli. They're like, we really don't want that broccoli.
Oh, they'll come and get it.
Yeah. Yes. Also, I would like to tell everyone on Thursdays, Foxy does Fishmas in July for the whole month of July. Um, it's Thursday night on her channel. It is a real good time, very fun. Um,
Foxy's channel. I attribute it to the hospitality room at any fish convention you ever been to.
exactly. I haven't been to a fish convention yet, but I can imagine it's great. I will be to one soon. So, you can't be a part of the cult, not a cult, and not go to a fish convention.
That's right. So,
My Corys have still not done their Cory thing, so hopefully
Corey's,
that'll happen soon.
yeah, like I say, I've always said the first spawn is always hard, and you're always working for the first spawn, and it's the hardest one to get. But after the first spawn, you're gonna just sneeze, and there'll be another one.
I love my calico koi angelfish. They're great.
Yes, they are. Uh,
These little guys are awesome. Mr. Mousey found out that I was only planning on keeping like two of them to, breed. He's like, "Well, what are you doing with the rest of them?" He's like, "Well,
you're
I'm
gonna have
gonna probably have to rehome them." And he was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, but they're your
to.
babies." I go, "No, they're your babies."
Honestly, when you do get a pair, you can keep three, maybe four in one of those 29s. But yeah, not not the what, eight you have there.
Yeah, I've got eight.
Okay,
Um, yeah,
so
I was really surprised though because you did send me nine, and I
yep,
only lost one. That's the first time
right,
that's ever happened.
right. And I sent nine because I told you right off the bat, most likely you're going to lose one or two,
Yep.
and it may still happen, but they're looking real good. So yeah, you're probably just going to have to divide the group in half.
Hmm. Yeah, as much as I don't want to, because they're awesome little fish. I mean,
Oh, they
these
are.
the little group has a great temperament so far, but they haven't started breeding yet either. So that'll probably
Exactly.
change.
We've got well, you probably got about 8 months before they're ready to start spawning and breeding and giving you little ones, and then the fun starts. And as I will keep saying, I have a love-hate relationship with angels. I love angels. I have tried tried breeding and spawning them. I have had 70 or better spawns of various angels, and I've only been able to raise a total of 18 up to adulthood, and that's 18 fish, not 18 spawn, 18 fish out of 70 plus spawns of about 100 eggs each. So I hate them.
I mean, right now that's kind of my thing with the Corys. It's like trying to get them to spawn. It's like I love the Corys. They're awesome little fish, but trying to get them to spawn for the first time is getting so hard.
Well, remember how hard you had to work with getting the whiskers to spawn,
That is true. It took
and
us
then
what,
all
3 months?
all of a sudden, boom, you've got they're they're going like clockwork. You didn't
Yep,
even know
exactly.
that they were on eggs again.
I know. Yeah, like it was the craziest thing. Like I don't, and we did have a lot going on this week, and I really think, and last week too, between the deck and the kitty and everything else has gone on.
Yeah.
Just happened to miss it, and the last time I wouldn't have known if my kiddo hadn't seen him actually put Mrs. Whisker in the cave. It's
Good
like
there.
he just shoved her in there. I was like,
Yes,
yeah,
they
that's
do.
that's what happened.
Get in there, and you're going to stay in there till there's eggs. And once there's eggs in there, hey, cab fares are sitting on the driftwood.
Hmm. It's like, man, I'm glad I saw them, before something happened to them, so I know they're in there.
Yeah, but now he's pretty much got the whole thing down and didn't need any help. And
Nope. He was like, I knew it was time. So the first time he did it, he threw his whole batch of eggs out of the cave.
yeah,
I was like, oh, that's not good.
and we were able to get those to hatch.
We were. were. I only two made it, but you know what? They made it. They got rehomed.
Good.
I did let someone, take those too because it was at the point where everything was like going through the tanks, and I was just really afraid that they weren't going to make it. So they, I have a friend who keeps guppies, so I let her take those two, and yeah, so
Have you checked up on them since?
yeah, they're still doing good. They're
Good.
right now. She said they're probably about the size of the two little boys that you sent me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Inspector and Penny or Peter or
yeah, they're oh boy, yeah,
hasn't quite yet been determined.
has not quite yet been determined, but they are, they're we're about to figure that out because
Right.
Spectre's gonna go with his girlfriend, and then Peter can, either get his whiskers or not. So, oh,
I'm a little distracted seeing as I'm working the weekend and I'm on call and I had to check in because
oh no,
it's that time.
it
And with the
happens.
storm
It
rolling
happens.
in, it made a little glitch and we're okay now.
We had storms last week. I usually do not like storms. Um, you know, I have a love hate relationship with storms. I love the rain because we need it,
Yep.
but I do not like the
No,
storm.
we don't need any more rain. I think, yeah, half my backyard is underwater.
Well, you can send all your rain to me. I will gladly take it. Yeah, I've got to get my albino in the 29 that I'm trying to get out of this tank that I'm showing. She's chunky, like she's got eggs. So I just got to get her in with a boy, and I'm pretty sure they'll figure that out real quick.
Well, I do know you do have that one male red in there. So,
Yes, yes, I do have a male red in there.
so
Um,
it may happen.
before I get her out.
It,
Hopefully, I get her out tomorrow. That's that's the plan. Is to get her out of there tomorrow.
I can think of worse things than an albino with the super red. It's not ideal, but and as far as I remember, an albino and a super red will give you browns.
And I mean, that's not the worst thing either.
I'll ask the other fish keepers who have gone through that. Yeah,
Because I can always just separate them out. And,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Who doesn't love chocolates?
exactly.
And who doesn't love the chocolate long fins?
hmm I've got one baby chocolate longfin in my other 29-gallon that I really want to get out of there and get her in a different tank. Or him or her. It's a baby, so I'm not really sure. But it's the only longfin I've gotten so far since the first longfin I got. It's like my second longfin out of the batch. So I really want to get that one separated out.
Eh, let it grow up. It's doing well where it is, and I'd let it grow until such time as you can determine boy or girl, and then move accordingly.
True, true. So far, my favorite fish is actually the bristle nose pleco. I've always liked plecos before I knew that there were like different species of them. Before I started fish keeping again, I had fish from the time I was like 8 to 20. but we always got common plecos. So I didn't know there were different species of them, but I've always loved the pleco. Like that would probably be my favorite fish. That and angels, are a good second. I do like endlers, but yeah, those are probably my top three right there: the angels, the plecos, and the endlers.
Of course, then for me, it's, well, you have to clarify if it's fish that I have had or any fish. 'Cause that I've had fish most of my life as well, and I've run the gamut in the rainbow and had rainbows, raised bunches of live bearers, had South American cichlids, had a couple of African cichlids, have raised the antibiotics, your gouramis and paradise fish. But I have found a love for cories. My favorite one, the one that I want to get and have not been able to find, is the big old Brocus britskii. Cannot find them. Nobody collects them anymore. Uh, Other fish. Eventually, I will have discus. I've been afraid to try. I've got to try raising egg scatterers, which are tetras and danios. I've helped people spawn and raise those, but I've never done it myself. So with my new booted fish room, that is one of the projects. Crocodile toothpick fish. Foxy, have you ever tried pike live bearers? Hmm. Anyone knows about the pike live bearers. Very, very
Um,
interesting fish and terrible. If you ever want to try to raise pike live bearers, you will need a, a very substantial feeder guppy population because they only eat live food, and if you cannot give them enough young guppies to chase and eat, they will chase and eat each other.
oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yes, we've my friend and I got a group and found that out the hard way. We
Oh
started with a
no.
we picked up a group of 10, and within a week we had a group of 3.
Oh
There was
boy.
not a body anywhere.
Yeah, Foxy was saying that she likes the Corys and the Rasboras, and I was like, actually do have two Galaxy Ras, no, two Harlequin Rasboras.
Yep.
Surprisingly, those guys have been the hardiest fish in my whole collection. When everything went through my fish room, they were the only ones that didn't get affected. So,
Yeah.
but of course, they were the only one that didn't get fed out of that one container too. So, we're still thinking that was soap.
Oh yeah.
That's
Ray, yeah, going with the tank busters. Yeah. I thought about that when I finally had enough room and finally picked up the 125. Oh yeah, now I can get some of those big fish. So what did I get? I got a group of Dovi. Yeah, that didn't turn out well.
One day I've always wanted to get a like an Oscar just because uh you know they're pretty. Oscars are
Oh yeah,
cool. Uh,
Oscars are water puppies.
hmm
They're very intelligent. They know who feeds them. And if you think that the angels wrap wrap Mr. Mouse around their little fins, an Oscar would do a much better job.
Yeah, I really think he would like one of those, even though he's like no cichlids. I was like, technically an Oscar is a cichlid, but I'm not gonna tell him that.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, he
Maybe
also
one
didn't
day.
know the angels were cichlids either. So now you said you had some was that purple harlequin?
Purple Harlequins, yes.
Oh,
They are very nice.
are they like a periwinkle purple?
No, they're not a periwinkle
Or they're like
purple.
a purple purple?
They're like a purple purple.
Ooh. Hey, little no, puppy. Let's not do that. Hey, I'll be right back. I have to put the doggo up.
Looks like everybody's on. Maybe I should just switch tanks to get some action. Hang on. We will extend the angel tank.
Okay, doggo has been removed from. People are still blowing off fireworks, so she's barking at the fireworks. So even though 4th of July was like 10 days
How's that
ago,
working out for her?
it's like people are still doing it, so she's still barking at them. Yeah, I think out of all of the ones you've got, you sent me like the calmest, like 8 or 9 of them out of the tank. So,
Well,
like Foxy, when you do finally get some of the uh purple harlequins, if you know are gonna rehome sell, you know, uh, I would be real interested in getting some of those from you because I've got two raspberries. I need some more. And I've had those two for over a year now. So I'm pretty sure they're either both females or both males because they have not done anything.
no. In knowing I've tried, I had a group of Harlequins. Gosh, I had them about a year and a half, and I tried to. I set up the tank specifically for them and followed every recommendation I could read up on how to get them to spawn, and no, never happened.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, someone was
Yeah,
I was watching a
and
video about,
I was probably running into the same problem that they eat them just as fast as they lay them.
hey, Mrs. C, good to see ya.
Mrs.
Oh
C,
no, I don't know if I said hey to Teresa, but hey Teresa, if I didn't say hey to you, I am so sorry.
anybody we've forgotten, we are sorry. We'll have to take an extra shot of tank water.
We've just been, yapping over here. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna fix my plans. and I'm gonna do the water change on this one, and
Yeah, we're both
get
grounded.
a yeah, we are bad hosts tonight.
No, no. Pretty soon, I'm thinking I'm going to get kitty invaded. So this is about
I'm
the time that
surprised.
they do.
Yeah, I think my kiddo actually put Beryl up tonight so he wouldn't jump on the tank midstream. I'm always so afraid he's gonna do that one day and go right through the tank on camera, and I'm like, oh, that would be so bad.
Oh yeah, Craig. I am very. I love my lace plant. That particular lace plant came from a friend who. Yeah, it's one of her daughters that her lace plant. She has been raising lace plants like it's like they're valves.
Yeah, I need to get my lace plant moved over to this tank too tomorrow. Get it growing over here.
Yeah. In fact, that lace plant also went through the chaos of the of the tank crashes and probably it probably had a piece of Kevin too.
Oh, yeah.
And
Surprisingly, like I've lost.
it has come back quite well.
I had a 20 gallon. I had a lace plant in a 20 gallon that like it took out a lot of the plants that I had in there. It killed all of my moss. Some of my crypts died during it. The only thing that made it through was the lace plant, the Eponogean, and the one of the big crypts and the sword plant. And I think they were just all so big that and the lace plant just popped right back up.
Yeah. Actually, Liam, the there are specific tanks with what they call it the user for needlepoint. I want to say plastic cloth, whatnot on the
Oh, like a
bottom. And,
plastic mesh.
yep,
Yeah.
plastic mesh on the bottom, and the eggs fall through, and the parents stay above. And that's how a lot of egg scatterer eggs are collected.
There was keeping fish. Is it keeping fish simple? The name of this channel? I think it is. I need to in the description box after the stream. I'll find the actual video and put it in the description box. The link to it. He made a. He got a pond basket for a pond, put it in a styrofoam cooler and put the fish it like clipped it to the side of the cooler and then put the fish in the basket, let them do their thing and let them all fall into the cooler and then raise them up in the cooler. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And then once they were big enough to move out of the cooler, he moved them and and he also did the same thing with a bucket and like some netting.
Yeah, I helped a
And
friend of mine do giant Danios in a shoebox, the Rubbermaid plastic shoebox with about an inch of marbles on the bottom. He ended up, I think, raising 4 or 5 of them all the way up. But he started off with quite a few more, but not bad for a first attempt. Dwarf Emerald. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it up there for the third. Dwarf Emerald Rasboras. Oh,
ooh, Get some of the emerald rasboras and the purple rasboras, and ooh, that'd be pretty. Nerds fish are dancing. There's more stuff available now, but the stuff that you used to find 35 years ago was so much better quality. It was stuff we used to build to last back then.
Right. Yeah. Quality. Everything is planned obsolescence. We- You
Hmm.
know, the sooner it wears out and stops working, the sooner you got to buy another one.
Exactly. I'm about to start building my own filters. I'm seriously thinking it's about to come to that because I'm tired of like killing hang on packs. Like I've gone through so many of them. So I'm either switching over to all sponges or I'm gonna build a couple of filters. I still really want to build that one top filter.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm just gonna start finding stuff and put it together and put it on one of the 29s. Um, Not the angel one because that's got the canister on it, and that's actually doing really well.
Oh yeah.
But the other
I love my
29,
canisters. Too bad I can't. When you get over 40 tanks, buying canisters for every tank is just not just not in the works.
yeah, the
Liam,
canister money one.
under gravels actually worked very well. The problem with under gravels is nobody really realized how much you have to clean them, but they do work great.
And I've also thought about because now I was watching a video and some of the shrimp breeders will actually get like an acrylic box and put a under gravel filter in it, put the box in the aquarium, and then put like a substrate on top of it. And then you could actually put plants in that and other stuff, and then it filters through all of that. And I thought about trying that, just for some extra plant space too, extra filtration. So I don't know. I may try that too.
That's an idea. It is an idea.
Mhm. I mean, if it's also going to filter, what's it going to hurt?
Yeah,
You know?
I like my sponge filters, but they're not always that great on the mechanical cleaning. They're excellent for biological, but I have really become fond of the matten filters where you have a big old sponge on one wall of the tank, and yeah, they work great. Lotties popped in. Good evening.
Evening. Thanks for joining us. And I have thought about doing because I do have an under gravel filter. I've thought about like setting up a 10-gallon with the under gravel, doing a matte filter on one, and then doing just sponge filters on one, and just like film each one. That is true. Like you have to like upset their whole home when you clean an under gravel filter.
Yep.
It's not like you can just go in and vacuum it out and you know.
No, big old chunky female stir by. There's my male ram.
Is he still being all kind of territorial, or is
What,
he
the
calmed
ram?
down a little?
Eh,
Yeah.
they're calming down. I think there's just too many other fish in there for the Rams to really consider getting busy.
That makes sense.
So eventually, yeah, I'm going to have to move out and find homes for some angels.
Is that algae on your lace plant? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's an algae on there.
Uh, we are going to have to discuss how to move that because I've got that growing on a couple of plants
I
that
have not
I'm
been able to figure out a way other than totally blank, doing a total blackout dark. And yeah, the lace plant doesn't tend to like that either.
oh man. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to get algae finally, y'all. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I mean, I've gotten blackbeard algae here and there, because that stuff will start to grow, and you can usually catch that real quick and clean that out. But um, some of my other plants in another tank are kind of
Generally, if
little.
I keep my planted tanks well planted, that the plants I want outcompete any algae for any nutrients. But seeing as this is a recovered crash tank, yeah, it just didn't happen.
Yeah, well,
And I was not expecting that lace to come back as nice as it has.
it's really pretty though. It is a really pretty plant.
Oh, I've
One day
always
mine
loved
will
them.
get that big.
One day yours will.
We'll get there one day. I think once I get it moved, different tank with different situations,
Well,
it'll get.
there are certain tricks for the lace plants. I started growing lace plants in the mid 90s, and I set a lot of people on their ear because back then I was the first one to propagate a lace plant in the area. They like soft water, and our water is liquid rock. So they're like, "How did you do it?" Well, I started finding out that the lace plants like the cooler water. They also like to be in the company of cryptocorns or cryptokoreans, or however you want to put little crypts. And yeah, they also like good water movement over them.
Oh well, then I know
You
exactly where
you
to
do
put my
those
lace
you
plant.
do those things, and all of a sudden you see your lace plant and your Eponogetans taken off, and then they send up flower spikes, and then the fun begins.
Do you know that third Aponogean bulb that you sent me still just has the one little leaf on it?
Really,
It really does. The other two are huge, and that one he's like, "Boop, I'm right here."
I've got a
So
leaf.
I've
I'm
got a
not
leaf.
dead.
I'm still alive.
We'll call that one Kevin.
Yeah, that one is Kevin. He's like, I'm holding on, guys. I'm holding on. Yes, like Mrs. C said, I always forget if y'all could please, like, sub,
Yeah,
share, do those YouTubey things for me.
yeah. Lick the button, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Kevin 2.0. There we go.
I am gonna pull him out of the tank he's in tomorrow. I think I'm gonna put him in the angel tank in another little pot so I can move him, and I'm gonna see if that'll get him growing because
Yeah.
he does not like where he is. He's like, nope, I don't care how much time you give me. I'm not growing here. I don't
Or you can
like it.
always set them right there up front, with right next to that little crypt.
Yeah,
Yeah, up front. Probably really enjoy it there. but you're gonna have to do some combat with with that tank herpes.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually after I removed 90% of it. That's what was left. It got real bad. So tomorrow
Oh
when
yeah,
I do the water change, I'm gonna move the rest of it out. And that's how I ended up pulling the Apologian out of the little cup in the first place. Um, I'm gonna move the camera, so Juju, be warned.
be
It's
warned.
gonna move.
Camera movement.
Camera movement in three, two, one. Sorry, I already started moving it. Wee. See, I did. I pulled him right up out of his cup. So he's got to get stuck back. I got to push him back down there.
Yeah, of course, if you give him a week or two, he'll probably pull himself back down.
Yeah, 'cause that was so much fun watching that one that I had just bury himself. It's like every
Yep.
couple of days, he just got further and further and deeper and deeper, and then he was gone. I was like, "Where'd he go? He's gone." He's like, "He just left." I was like, "But he's not. He's still here, but his bulb is gone."
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to find some more of them for you.
Well, we are glad you found us. We're glad you're here. Welcome to the aquatic division.
Yes,
It's little and growing, but it's good. It's good.
little and growing. We're a cult that's not a cult. Have a shot of tank water.
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
Well, on that note, guys, it's pushing an hour, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start wrapping it up here, and hopefully, I will be live at some point this week, other than Saturday. I'm not gonna commit to Wednesday because every time I do, then I never get to go live. So if I show up, I show up, but I will try to live stream another day this week. We'll see how it goes. Um, I don't think anything is on the books for this week, but stuff happens.
And eventually, one of these days, things will slow down for me, and I'll have something to actually put on my channel.
Yes, and eventually FishNerd will be going live on his channel, and then we can go hang out over there with him.
Yay!
So, I would like to say, Mrs. C and Grace Case and their friend Carly have a channel. It's called Shenanigans. They stream on Thursday nights, the same night as Foxy, but they
After
have a
Foxy.
after Foxy. They go on usually right after Foxy gets done. Um, they do trivia games, pop culture stuff. It's real good time. Might want to check that out. If I get you to drop a link for me, please, if she's still here. Maybe, maybe. I
See,
need.
there it is.
There she is. Haha. There's
My FishNerd
there's
link where
Fisher,
there's nothing yet.
but there will be something. And then
There will be.
C and Grace, and then Foxy is on Thursday too. And I have
Yep.
a friend named Claire who does streams
True.
on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. She streams with on Sunday with Juju. Her name's Clearview, and they do a nothing stream, and it's absolutely about nothing. So you know, if
Yes.
you want to go and just talk about everything, mostly food, um, but mostly nothing. Yeah, see, we're practicing being prepared.
Thank you, Teresa, for dropping Foxies.
And if you could also, did they drop shenanigans too for me?
There's Shenanigans. Thank you,
There's
Juju.
shenanigans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you'll drop players for me. All those channels are great. I hang out over there. I'll see y'all there if y'all show up.
I am around all those channels as well.
And
I'm not big on the true crime, but some of it does get interesting.
it does. And Claire does other stuff besides true crime. Like I said, she does the nothing stream with Juju, and then she does stream on Friday with Mrs. C and other people. And Liam just dropped nothing. Hey, Nippet. Good to see
There we go.
you. Oh, all right, y'all. I will see y'all later this week. Y'all have a good night, rest of your weekend, and next week,
Right.
y'all
And
stay safe.
everyone
I'll see y'all
sleep
later.
well when you get there.
All right.
We
Night,
can
y'all.
always sleep,
Bye.
but we never always sleep well.
That is true. All right. Bye, y'all. We're out.
Bye bye.